Morning, afternoon, evening, forever you're watching. You're welcome back once again to the Mickey Mouse Class, a channel solely dedicated to demystifying mathematics, making complex problems look easy. Alright, today we'll be looking at the simple interest. What do we mean when we talk about simple interest? Flash your mind or take your mind back to your savings, probably in a bank or any financial institution. Now, if you put money in your bank, at the end of a certain period, that money will generate what we call interest. So it's like the compensation you get for saving money in the bank. Also, likewise, banks also or financial institutions give out money. They lend money to those that are in need, probably to do their business or to do anything. At the end of the period, the bank, for example, if I borrowed 50,000 naira, now the bank will not take back 50,000 naira for that certain period. If I've borrowed the money for 2 years or 1 year, at the end of the day, if I'm paying back, I will pay back more than that 50,000. Why? Because that's the interest that money I borrowed has generated. So that is what simple interest is basically all about. The compensation that has been, or the reward or the compensation for borrowing or lending money. That's what we call simple interest. And simple interest, there are some things we need to know, some key terms. Principal. The principal is the amount that is borrowed. Let me explain. We have a question on the board here. The principal, our simple interest, the formula is principal times rate times time over 100. Now, the principal is the original amount that has been borrowed or that has been given. That's the principal. The rate is the percentage at which the money was borrowed, while the time is the duration for which the money has to be repaid back. So in this question, let's look at the first question. It says find the simple interest on a loan of 2,700 naira for 2.5 years at 3% per annum. Now here we bring out our parameters. The principal here is 2,700 naira. That's the principal. Now, the time there is 2.5 years. You can change this to improper fraction. 2 times 2, 4 plus 1. That's 5/2 years. And the rate, which is in percentage, is our 3%. 3%. So, straight up, we impute the parameters into the formula. So, our interest, because we asked to calculate the interest, our simple interest will be equals to principal, that's 2,700 naira, times the rate is 5/2. 5/2 times the time. Oh, sorry, the rate is 3%. So times 3% times the time, which is 5/2. So it doesn't matter if I put rate first and time first. It doesn't matter. Or if I put time first before rate. Okay. All over 100, which is here. So we are done. 0 we cancel 0. So we are left with this is 5/2. 5 times 3, 15 times this. Okay, that will give us 202.5. So the interest there is 202 naira. 202 naira 50 kobo. That's the simple interest that this will give us. Alright, let's look at the second example. It says a loan of 6,000 naira generates a simple interest of 1,350 naira for 7.5 years. Find the rate percent. Some questions might not be direct that find the interest. You might be given the interest and you are asked to find the rate or find the time. So, solution. The first thing we know that from here we are looking for rate, and we know that our I is equals to PRT over 100. Cross multiply. Let's make rate the subject of the formula. So we have this as 100I is equals to PRT. Divide both sides by PT over PT. So our rate is equals to 100I over PT. That's the formula for it. You can do that for time also. Now from here, this is our principal. So our principal is 6,000 naira. We'll bring that our parameters. Our interest, our I, is 1,350, and our time is 7.5 years. The time is 7.5 years. So from there we input it into this to find our rate. So our rate is equals to 100 times the interest is 1,350 times 1,350 naira over the principal is 6,000 over 6,000 times our time is 7.5 years. Change it to improper fraction. 7 times 2, 14 plus 1, 15. So 15 over 2. So 2 year 1, 2 year 3,000. 2 we cancel, the 0 cancel, 0 cancel 0 here. So we are left with 15 times 3, that's 45. So that's 135 over 45, which will give us 3%. So 135 over 45, yeah, that's 3%. So 3% is the rate at which 6,000 generated 1,350 naira for 7.5 years. All right, let's look at this example. It says the simple interest on a certain sum of money invested for 4 years at 6.5% per annum is 416 naira. It says find the amount invested. So straight up, we bring out our parameters. The first parameter there we have is our time, which is 4 years, and the rate is 6.5%, which is equivalent to 13 over 2. Now our interest is 416 naira, 416. Now it says find the amount, that's the principal, that's what we are looking for. From here we know that our interest is equals to PRT over 100. So our principal, when we make P the subject of the formula, here is 100I is equals to PRT. Divide both sides by RT over RT. So this and this will go off. So our principal is equals to 100I over RT. So from there we impute what we have for it in it. So from here our principal will be equals to 100 times the interest there is 416 all over the rate there is 6.5, which is 13 over 2. 13 over 2 times our 100, times our time, which is 4 years. So from here 2 year 1, 2 year 2, 2 year 1, 2 year 2, 0, 208. So 13 year 1, 13 year, that's 16. So 16 times 100, that will give us 1,600 naira. So 1,600 naira is the principal that was invested for 4 years at 6%, that yielded 416 naira as the simple interest. All right, I hope you have learned into this lesson. Before we go, just like in our usual style, here are some list of take-home fun. The first one says find the simple interest on 680 naira in 6 years at 9% per annum. The second one says find the principal which produces 378 naira in 6 years at 7% per annum. The third one says find the time in which 2,200 naira generates simple interest of 396 naira at 3%. And the last one says find the rate per annum at which 500 naira will be 560 naira in 2 years. If you enjoyed today's class, give us a like, share our videos, tell your friends about the Mickey Maths Class, a channel solely dedicated to demystifying mathematics, a place where complex problems are made easy. And if you're here to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you will not miss out on wonderful content on the channel. To meet again, do let me know your answers in the comment section, and if there's any aspect of mathematics you are finding challenging, put in the comment section and I will attend to it. Till we meet in the next class, Keep practicing. Remember, mathematics is fun. Shalom.